Hey, what's up, guys? This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and I've got a great show for you today. We're here to talk about crypto, starting with our crypto chart TA and Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin has been busy today, very, very busy. We've seen here that Bitcoin tried to break out of this realized price, this resistance, this ultimate resistance, and it has failed. This is a fake out right here. And now it's come down just a little bit. It's about 21,500 or so in that range. So what I want you to pay attention to is the RSI here at the bottom, your relative strength index, and the RSI, right, shows you whether or not it's overbought or oversold. If it's over 70, it's overbought, and if it's under 30, then it is oversold. So right now we can see that there's a very strong resistance level here at about 62, almost 63 or so. We saw a brief pop up here on the fake out, both on the attempted breakout and then the fake out here, resistance breakout on the RSI. Now, I'm looking at this right now in the hourly, by the way. So what that tells me is that in order for Bitcoin to push above this level, it's also going to have to try to push above this RSI as well, and that's at about 63 or so. Now, I think Bitcoin actually has a pretty good shot. As long as it follows this pattern here, it has a pretty good shot of actually breaking out above this realized price. And I do expect that this is going to happen within the coming days. This realized price has been very, very strong resistance so far. We've seen multiple attempts to try to break it. This bottom edge here, this is the bottom part of the channel that I've drawn out for Bitcoin. And like I said, when you zoom out and you take a look at the daily, it has proceeded almost perfectly to how I've drawn out things here. I haven't moved anything. I haven't touched any trend lines or anything like that. It's just other traders who are looking at this exact same pattern, and they're seeing, and on the daily, they're seeing a possible bear flag forming here. And then when you take a look at the hourly, they're seeing this split develop between the realized price and the bottom edge of this channel here. So many traders are probably going to wind up keeping Bitcoin within this channel. However, I do expect that it will try and break out again above this 2100, 700 spot within the next couple of days. And I think that we could actually see a breakout above this. Now, whether or not it holds above that, that's another story. And I will cover that on my Twitter account. If it does, we'll see how strong that breakout is, or if it's just another fake out like this. But on the macro side, I am still very bullish on Bitcoin. I said yesterday or earlier this week that I think the bottom is in, and I do believe the bottom is in. Back in June, we could still revisit that bottom. That's always possible depending on the macro picture, but I'm looking to add more Bitcoin below this realized price because this realized price right now has been key. And the reason for that is, if we actually take a look at the realized price from a macro perspective, we can go and we can take a look at the chart here from the realized price and look into Bitcoin.com all the way back into 2012. There have only been just a couple of occasions where Bitcoin has traded below the realized price. And if you guys need a reminder, realized price is like your general cost basis. It's like the average cost basis of all Bitcoin purchased. So we can take a look here. There was one time in September 2011 when it popped under here. That's one of the times. Here's another time during the 2015 bear market where it popped under. And then there's one more time here on the 2018 in this bear market. And then finally, a very small pop under with the 2020 lows from COVID. And now, this is where we are right now. So we have a very small amount of time in which we spent under this realized price, including the time we are in right now. And if you had bought Bitcoin any time below this realized price, when it dipped below these realized price, you'd be pretty massively in profit as long as you held the Bitcoin. So as long as you held it, if you had bought it in 2011, that would have been nice profit. 2015, 2018, 2020, and then now here in 2022, I believe that in a year or two, as long as you hold it, you'll be in nice profit. Again, not financial advice, but I'm just telling you what the chart says, what the data is right now, and it's very advantageous to be acquiring coins below this realized price. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum hasn't really done many moves. I don't really have a lot to add to Ethereum's price action right now, other than the fact that it's still part of this upwards channel here. It's trying to fall out of the bottom part of this channel, which is much steeper than Bitcoin. So right now you're looking at a support at about 1,600 or so. I'll be watching this to see if it breaks through at this point. All right. And then I also want to go ahead and cover the dollar index, because I talked about the dollar index yesterday. And right now, there is not definitive proof that this is a double top, even though we've had the past couple of days kind of trade around this area. It looks like it really wants to consolidate before breaking this double top pattern, but I don't know for sure. We'll take a look at this. I'll be definitely keeping an eye on this, and depending on what the Fed says on Friday, could definitely make this move one way or the other and solidify either the double top or get rid of it entirely or break through it. All right. So first thing I want to talk about is the bear market, okay? The crypto bear market. So the Coinbase CEO came out and said he expects, that's Brian Armstrong, he expects the bear market to be about 12 to 18 months, okay? So we're about 9 months into this bear market from the highs in November. So that would put us on the long end of this, that would put us at about halfway. Now, he also says that it's possible that it could be longer. So he says, we all hope it'll be, 12 to 18 months and a nice recovery, but you obviously have to plan for it being longer than that, okay? And try not to get too cute about the future. So I think it's entirely possible. 12 to 18 months does sound about right for me. When you take a look at Bitcoin's cycles, I expect that the next bull market's not going to happen until 2024. When Bitcoin goes through its next halving. So if the bull market is over, let's say by the end of 2023, which is a possibility, then that would coincide very nicely with a bull market in 2024 during the Bitcoin halving. So that's entirely a possibility. I think that between now and 2023, there's plenty of opportunities for accumulation for Bitcoin and other altcoins that you may fancy. Like I said, not financial advice. Next, I want to talk about this ex-FanDuel exec. The ex-FanDuel execs are basically developing a sports wagering protocol. Okay, they have a protocol called Monaco Protocol, and they're basically creating this what they call the BetDex, and the BetDex is like a betting decentralized exchange. Okay, it's live on Solana's developer testnet. All right, it basically sets up as the Monaco Protocol is set to function as a global clearinghouse for sports betting via digital assets based liquidity pool. Okay, that would be pretty impressive, because they say here traditional sports betting, which BetDex says was worth $250 billion in 2021, is plagued by poor user experience and high fees, ranging from 5% to 40%. So if they can come in and they can actually take some of the market share away from some of the online betting companies, then that would actually be pretty impressive, and that would go to further adoption. Now, I'm not 100% sure on what crypto they would accept. Obviously, if they're going to be on Solana's blockchain, they're probably going to be accepting Solana and probably like USDC, if I had to guess. But we'll see how this goes. I'll give you more information as it becomes available. All right, so that's all I've got for you guys today. If you like this, please let me know. Please like and subscribe, and also leave a comment. I would greatly appreciate that. This is Cody the Coin Raptor, signing out.